In today's video, I want to talk about my experience on shrooms. I'm going to give you guys a heads up right now. This is going to be maybe a triggering video. It's going to be a very deep video because honestly, guys, shrooms is not for everyone. I'm going to be very honest here and say that this experience has changed my life. And if you stay until the end of the video, I'm sure it will help you navigate on what you're looking at if you're ever deciding to do a trip or if you're ever deciding that you might want to do shrooms. There is no coincidence that when you play the game Mario, in the game Mario, you see that every time when Mario eats a mushroom, he grows bigger and he grows stronger. And there is no coincidence that they have made this illegal. No coincidence. There are some thought-provoking incidents that took place while I was on my trip. And this was one of the most strongest trip that I've ever had in my life. Here are some of the lessons that I've learned from my trip. Number one, and I know this might sound a little cringe, but I promise you it's worth it. Love and give. I know in today's society, because we live in Kali Yuga and we live in a society where we're taught to hide our emotions, we're taught to act rude to people, we're taught to live from the ego. But I've learned that you come on earth for a blink. Like, it's very fast. In hindsight, it happens very fast. What ends up happening when you do shrooms is that your whole life basically from front to back just goes super fast, and you see those critical moments in your life where you took things, opportunities, and people for granted. And for some reason on mushrooms, it really amplifies that feeling. It really amplifies the feeling that we take a lot of this for granted. The people that you have close to you right now, I promise you, I don't think that we tell them enough on how we feel about them. And the shrooms is really, guys, this was a real trip. This was a real trip. Because what it does is it makes you feel like you're not alive anymore. And then it makes you look at your life in a very critical way. It's kind of like an NDE. It's kind of like an NDE, like a near-death experience. It makes you look at those moments in a very critical way. That's the number one thing I've learned, okay? Now, number two. Do not procrastinate on your dreams. And I mean this with, boy oh boy, the sun is out and it's like boom. And I'm channeling pretty good right now. Do not procrastinate on your dreams, guys. Procrastination is the killer of destination. If you have a dream, if you have a vision, if you have a goal, work on it. Now, another thing is that I've noticed that this was very big on my trip, and it's the phone. It's the phone. Adam bit from the apple. There's no coincidence that the apple behind your phone is bitten. There's no coincidence that the internet web is called a web. Have you ever seen a web got caught? A spider got caught in a web? There's no coincidence that you have a cell phone. Prisoners go to cells. There's no coincidence that it's called the internet. What do you catch in nets? There's no coincidence that they call us users. How many users do we have on Instagram? Who are users? Users are people that consume drugs. This is a drug. This is something that is killing people's dreams and visions, I promise you. It can help you in ways to research and learn. But I'm learning that the more you procrastinate on what you really want in your life, the more pain and sorrow you'll have. I'm just being honest here. These are things that I've learned, and it was extremely amplified on my trip, right? Now, here's the part where I want to talk about your love life. Okay. Do not chase men or women. This is very big. This is so big. If you understand this, it's going to get very deep. I promise you, you will always attract people when you're not looking for them. Hear me out here, because this is about to get deep. You will always attract people when you are not looking for them. And the reason is, when you are looking, you're coming from a place of lack. When you are working on yourself, guys, when you're working on your electromagnetic frequency, on your Taurus field, when you're working on your Taurus field, you're amplifying the field. And you are attracting people. So if you are at a place where you're single and you want love, just go more within. And the person will come to you. Do not entertain people. If you have a prototype of a man or a woman that you want, right? Do not entertain anything or anyone that's not of that prototype. Because honestly, it will waste a lot of your time. Now, here's another lesson that I've learned on shrooms. And this is a hard one for a lot of people. This is going to be very hard for some people. Do not judge anyone at any cost, because you have no idea what they're going through. You really do not know. We live in a holographic, simulated, parallel reality. This reality is Maya. That's what I kept saying on my trip. I'm like, this is Maya, this is Maya, this is Maya, which means it's an illusion. It's a distraction. The people that you judge, you have no idea what background they're coming from, how their parents were to them, what schools they went to, the troubles that they got into, whatever it is, you know what I mean? Whatever it is. You have no idea. And often, what you judge, you have. Honestly. Guys, sorry about that. My phone got very, very heated, okay? Got heated. It is hot where I'm at right now, okay? It is hot. So you often become what you judge. So I would say, guys, judgment, honestly, like, you will see on shrooms that the people that you judged or whatever, like, you will really see what's going on. Like, it will make you feel away. Okay. Now, the last thing I really want to emphasize on before I go is to really, if you have parents or a partner, whoever it is, you know, people that are close to you, show them love. I'm telling you guys, love is the answer. Like, love, I don't really mean to sound like a hippie or whatever, you know what I mean? I don't mean to sound cringe or whatever, but it really fucking is. It really fucking is. And like, again, when you do shrooms, it feels like you're on the other side, and when you're on the other side, you're like, shit, like, I just wish, like, one more time I told my family that I love them. Like, it's deep, guys. It gets very deep. So that was my experience. There are some more things, but I've got to leave very soon. I've got someone that's coming to meet me. If you have a similar experience on shrooms, do comment below. Do let me know how it was. Have yourself a wonderful day, night, evening, wherever you are.